Welcome to another educational episode of LANGUAGECERT. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the listening module, especially the part 1 of listening module of LANGUAGECERT Academic Test. In this video, we are going to discuss about the listening part 1 question type. We will discuss the strategies, tips and tricks to answer this question type. And at the end, we will do some practice exercises to comprehend the question type in a better manner. So, what are you waiting for? Let's start. So now, let's understand the part 1 question type. In this section, you will get total 7 unfinished short dialogues, or we can say short conversation. Now, why we are saying unfinished? Because these conversations will not have proper ending. You will have to listen to that, and for each of the conversation or for each of the audio, you will be given 3 answer choices, and you have to select one correct choice, one correct option to complete that audio. That means you will listen to that audio and you need to guess, or you need to figure out from those 3 given choices that which option is best fit to complete the conversation. The best part is that each audio or each conversation will be played twice. The duration of each dialogue or the conversation, or you can say each audio, would be around 15 to maximum 25 seconds. So you can understand how short they are. And remember, there is no negative marking. Now, take a look at the question type. So the question will look like this, where you can see the instructions given, that you will hear some short conversations. You will hear each conversation twice. Choose the correct answer to complete each conversation. And you can see here 3 options or 3 choices are given for you. Right? So just for your understanding, let me play this audio. And definitely, don't worry, we will do this audio as I promised earlier, that we will do a practice exercise. So we will play this audio again and we'll decide how to figure out the answer. So just to give you some idea, I'm playing this audio.
Conversation 1.
Can I borrow your notes from yesterday's lecture on the Amazon rainforest?
But I saw you at the lecture.
I know, but I fell asleep halfway through and I missed some of the information.
Conversation 1.
Can I borrow your notes from yesterday's lecture on the Amazon rainforest?
But I saw you at the lecture.
I know, but I fell asleep halfway through and I missed some of the information.
Now, let's discuss the strategies, the tips and tricks to attempt this question type. First of all, before the audio starts, that means once the options will appear on your screen, you will get around 3 to 5 seconds time before the audio starts. This is the time when you can take a quick glance at the given options. However, do not try to understand each and every option, because it is not possible within that 3 to 5 second time. Do not panic by any chance if you do not understand a particular word or a particular sentence, and be mindful that none of these options you are going to hear during the conversation. So you can take a quick glance just to get a guess that what type of conversation I'm going to listen, but do not look for these options in the audio. Once the audio starts, we need to be very, very careful about the context or the topic of the audio. That means, what is the purpose of this conversation? So there can be different contexts. For example, it can be exchanging information, right? Where somebody is asking for some information and another person is delivering that information, delivering what the person actually wants to know or needs to know. Sometimes It can be about suggestion, that one person is facing a challenge or facing some issue and another person is suggesting. It's kind of problem and solution. Sometimes it will be contradiction, sometimes it will be an argument between two speakers, right, on a given topic or a given idea. Sometimes they will predict that what can happen next, right, or what is the future of a particular project, particular idea, particular concept. Sometimes they are going to compare between two situations. Sometimes they are going to compare between two ideas, right? So we need to understand the purpose of the conversation. It will help us to understand the speaker's idea, speaker's thought behind whatever he or she is saying. Also, we need to identify the tone of both the speakers, how they are communicating. So we need to understand this thing because see, we can only understand that what this person can say next if I understand his or her tone. And the tone can be affirmative. For example, both of them can agree with something, or one person is saying something and another person is accepting that. Sometimes they can reject that idea, right? Similarly, we can easily understand whether this person is happy with that idea or with that information or not, right? So he is positive about it or not, isn't it? Also, we can understand with the tone that whether he is irritated with this particular information or with this particular, concept or idea. And sometimes you will understand with the voice or with the tone of the speaker whether he or she is feeling embarrassed. Okay, so these things will help us to understand the mindset of the speakers so that we can easily guess that what he or she is going to say next once the audio is over. So one more thing is very important when I'm listening to the audio for the first time is to understand how the conversation ends in the audio so that I now have an idea how will it continue and how the speaker should react after this. So now once the audio is over, for the first time, your first task is to guess the reaction or the reply of the next speaker. How will you guess it? As per the tone of the speakers, as per the context of the conversation, and also by getting how the conversation ends, so that you can guess that what can be the next statement to complete that conversation. And once you guess it, now it's your time to look at the options and choose your answer. While choosing the correct answer or option, you may require to use process of elimination. You may get confused with the given choices. This will help you to select or come close to the correct option. The part that I like the most about this particular question type is that I get a second opportunity to listen to the same audio clip. So I can actually listen to it once again and reconfirm my answer. And how can I do that? I can reconfirm whether I got the tone and the context of the audio correct at the first place or not. In fact, I also get opportunity to figure out that if there is any important word, idea or information that I have missed in the first attempt. And finally, this will help me to reconfirm the answer choice. This is the way we should attempt this question type. So now we will start with some practice exercise so that you understand how the audio is played and how we should choose the answer. Now, to understand this concept better, let's do this exercise. We can see we have 3 answer choices and we will listen to this audio and at the end we will choose the correct option. So let's start.
Conversation 1.
Can I borrow your notes from yesterday's lecture on the Amazon rainforest?
But I saw you at the lecture.
I know, but I fell asleep halfway through and I missed some of the information.
Conversation 1.
Can I borrow your notes from yesterday's lecture on the Amazon rainforest?
But I saw you at the lecture.
I know, but I fell asleep halfway through and I missed some of the information.
So here we can see that a boy is facing an issue. He is actually asking for help. He missed some notes of the lecture, though as per the girl, he was there in the lecture. And the boy said that I slept in between the lecture in the classroom itself. So what do you think after hearing this, that he slept in the classroom or in the lecture hall during the lecture? What could be the reply or what can be the reaction of this girl? So definitely we cannot say the information is correct. That is out of question. Now definitely she is not going to attend the lecture again because she just has to share the note. So when she actually heard that he slept in between, right? So she may suggest him that you should go to bed earlier. So answer choice should be B.
Conversation 2.
It's important that you expand on your ideas. That way, you'll write enough words in your essays.
How do I go about doing that?
Well, give examples that support what you are saying.
Conversation 2.
It's important that you expand on your ideas. That way, you'll write enough words in your essays.
How do I go about doing that?
Well, give examples that support what you are saying.
Right. So here the lady is suggesting the student to expand his ideas, and she is suggesting to add some information. So what do you think? What can be the reply statement of the man? Definitely he would ask that what type of information he should add, right? Or she is suggesting to add. So that's why option A is the best choice.
Conversation 3.
How do you think studying law has affected you?
Well, it's been a challenging degree, to be honest.
It must have taught you how to analyze complicated situations.
Conversation 3.
How do you think studying law has affected you?
Well, it's been a challenging degree, to be honest.
It must have taught you how to analyze complicated situations.
So here the man is describing a fact, that what kind of impact studying law can have on a person. So here what can be the reaction of that lady after this? Either she would agree or she would say no to it, right? So here we can see option B is the best fit, right? So this is how we need to choose the answer, and I believe you got the idea and the concept of part 1 of listening module of LanguageCERT Academic Test.